Hello guys, this is 9dev, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a pretty popular object in obbies, and that is the KillBricks. I'm going to be going through how to do it in the script and how to make it so that you can make a bunch of these blocks and have your whole game filled with some of these. I'm going to show you very easy in a few easy steps. So right now we're in the regular overlay. We're actually going to hop over to workspace on the right over here, and we are going to insert an object, and this object is going to be a folder. Now, you may or may have not worked with these. This is basically going to group together our bricks. You've probably seen something similar to this with models. The difference between a model and a folder is that a model groups things together, but it's all one thing, while a folder groups things together while they're all their own thing. So we're gonna make KillBricks be their own thing, but they're all gonna be grouped together, and you'll see what that means in a second. But we're gonna create a folder here, and we're actually gonna right-click this, and we're gonna rename it just so we know what we're working with here. I'm gonna rename it to KillBricks. So this folder is gonna be where we're gonna store all our KillBricks so that they all work together in tandem. So now we have our folder. We're actually gonna click on this folder and we're going to insert a script. And this is going to be a regular script. You just type in script. Right here we have a script. While we add script, let's also add our first brick as a example. We're gonna make a brick here, and since it's a kill brick, we're gonna change the color to red, just to give it that kill brick look. And maybe I'll scale a little bit, just a little bigger, maybe like about 10-ish studs. And then right here where we added it, we're actually gonna put it in our KillBricks folder so that's inside. And for laughs and giggles, let's call it KillBrick as well, just so we know what it is, right? In some cases, if you want to add different types of KillBricks, you want to make sure you name it according to how you want it to be used. So now we're going to go on to script, and we're going to do a few things. One of the things we're going to do is we are going to mention the KillBricks folder in our script. How do we do that? We're going to do local, and I'm just going to call it KillBricks folder. And there's two ways to mention this. You can either do game.workspace, right? Game.workspace.killbricks, blah, 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 right? There's actually a quicker way to do this, and it actually is built in. You can see it pop up too. Script.parent. Because we are using this script right here, the parent of the script is the KillBricks folder. So if we just do script.parent, it actually mentions this folder a little bit quicker than doing game.workspace. It's a very neat trick. So we got the KillBricks folder. The other thing we're gonna mention is, now we have the folder, we need everything inside of the folder. Now how do we do that? We're gonna make a local variable called KillBricks children. Now this is gonna look a little bit different, but I'll tell you what it means. We're gonna make this, we're gonna mention the KillBricks folder, right? Because that's the stuff we want inside, or the stuff we want out. Colon, get children. Now what is get children? Now if you worked with objects and parent and child, what a child is in scripting terms is anything that is inside of another object. So this KillBrick right here, as you can see, is inside of the KillBricks folder. So technically we're getting these things, including the script. Now, obviously we're not gonna want the script. So later on in the code, I'll show you how to exclude this. But we're basically wanting to get everything inside here, which is all the KillBricks. So now we have those. We are now gonna do a for loop. Now I'm gonna try not to over-explain for loops too crazy, but what a for loop basically is we're gonna type this. Some coders like to use I. Usually it's typed like this: for I v in for I, comma v in pairs. Something do. This is basically how most for loops are written, or this is the basic way. So what I means is it's just the number It's just the integer or the int. So this, well, actually this script would be number 1 and KillBrick would be number 2. So when you want to like print I, it's gonna print what number it is in the folder. Like script is 1, KillBrick is 2. Since we don't really need that, we're just going over other stuff. We're gonna put a dash here. Now V could be anything. V is mentioning the object itself. So V is the script, it's the KillBrick, it's everything inside. We're actually gonna call this KillBrick. This could be anything. We're gonna call it KillBrick just so we know what we're talking about. So for, we don't worry about what integer it is. We're just worrying about the object itself. In pairs, what in pairs means is it's getting everything. There's a difference between pairs and iPairs. We're not really gonna go over that. We're just gonna go over pairs. But in here, we are going to put the KillBricks children. So we are looping through all of the objects in the folder. Now, remember what I said about how we want to include the KillBricks, but not the script? Well, we're actually gonna go over that. So now that we get every object inside of here, we wanna make sure we get the right objects. So one of the things is, we're gonna do an if statement. And the if statement is gonna be if KillBrick, is a, so we're looking for if it's a certain object. And we're gonna do base part, because these bricks are called base parts. That's what they are in script. So we're gonna do, if it is a base part, then we can continue on with the script. And if this is not true, then it's just gonna go to end, and the script's gonna end. But if it is a base part, right, we're gonna continue. So if the code goes through and it sees the script and it says if it's a base part, it's not, then it's not gonna do anything. So we passed that loop. We're done with the script part. Now we're gonna do the important part. We're gonna do KillBrick dot. We're gonna do a function. KillBrick dot touched, and we're gonna connect this to a function. Connect function. And when you connect something to a function, you can add parameters. The one parameter we're gonna add is what object is touching our KillBrick. So I'm just gonna call it hit. You can call it a lot of things. I'm just gonna call it hit, because we're gonna figure out what that is in a second. Now, if we actually just print what's hitting this KillBrick, we just print hit, then what you're gonna see is down here, a lot of things are hitting it, right? Like left leg, right leg, handle, all that stuff. Now, it's just printing what's hitting it. We want to tie that hit parameter to our character. And actually, one of the things you can do, if you do hit.parent, it's gonna look at what all of our parts are parented to. And if you do that right now, if we do hit.parent, it should say my name, because it's all parented to my name, except the pants for some reason. Pants, I guess, are different from my character. But yeah, we're printing hit.parent. Now we're gonna make this more better than it is right now. What we're gonna do is we are going to look for my character or my player in that hit. How do we do that? We're gonna make a player variable, local player, and this is gonna be tied to game.players. So we're getting the players in the game, and there's this there is this thing right here. It's called get player from character. So what this is doing is it's getting player from our character. Now we have to mention where that character is coming from, and where that character is coming from is the hit.parent. Now, when we played the game, it wasn't just my character. Like I mentioned, for some reason it was my pants. So to make sure that this all works correctly and that we don't make mistake things, and we want to make sure we get everything right, we are going to do a if statement again. This is just going to be if player then. So if it's not a player, right, it's the pants that for some reason was separate from the humanoid, then it's going to go past this. So yeah, you want to make sure that that's all figured out. So now we're in player. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to mention the character. We're going to go from player to character to humanoid. You don't have to do this way. This is actually like the tedious way, but it's just to show you how it all works and what goes into it. So we're going to do local character equals player dot character. So we get the player. If it is a player, then we get the character. So now we have the character. Now, and just make sure everything goes right. You know, it's tedious, but you know, it makes sure everything works. We're gonna do if character then. Same thing as if player, just in case there's anything going on under the hood, and we make sure we get it all figured out so that there's no issues. So now you do if character then. Now we're gonna mention the humanoid. The humanoid is basically the body of your character, and it has all of your stuff, your legs, your arms, even your clothing, all that stuff. We're gonna mention this local humanoid equals character. Now, you would think you would just do character dot humanoid. Sometimes this does not work. I wish I could explain it better, but the best way to do this is to find first child humanoid. It's the same thing, but this causes less issues on under the hood. So now we have now you have the character, we have the player, we have the character, we have the humanoid. Now that we have the humanoid, and we want to make sure if the humanoid exists, don't have to do this, but it just makes sure it works. Now we have the humanoid. We're gonna set the humanoid.health to 0. I know it's super anticlimactic, right? We just did all this code just to set the humanoid's health to 0. There's a lot of ways you can do it. You don't have to do health. There's other ways you can do it. This is the simple way. If you just want to have a simple game where like you step on a brick and you die. So now we have this. We're gonna play our game, and we're gonna step over to our KillBrick over here. Watch what happens. Oh, there goes our character. Now, the great thing about this, right? The great thing about all this code we just did is we do not have to do it again. Because if we take this KillBrick right here and we duplicate it, right? We duplicate it. We add another one. These two KillBricks share the same script. So because of that, if we go over to the one we just duplicated, right? And we step on it, it does the same thing. Because our script is looping through all of the KillBricks are in this folder. And with that, we are able to make things a lot easier for ourselves. So you could make a whole game with this. You could take like a bunch of these, duplicate as many as you want, and you can make an obby, all that stuff, and you don't have to do any coding. The hard part is over. This was the hard part right here. Everything else, super easy. We don't have to worry about it. So this is the simple way to make KillBricks. Now, if you would like a video on how to make a spinning KillBrick in the same folder, but just different, let me know in the comments. But this is the simple way to make KillBricks, and I hope I explained it pretty well, and I hope you guys liked the video. Thank you guys, and thanks for watching.